Uno, 10, 100, 1000. Easy, right? Then somebody says, son 1,487 pesos, and suddenly you understand nothing. Why? You already know all the numbers, so what the happened? Amigas y amigos, welcome back. This is Profe Juan, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why Spanish prices feel much harder than Spanish numbers, how Spanish numbers are actually built, the 3 key numbers that confuse almost every learner, and how to understand real prices without translating in your head. That is horrible, right? And as always, amigas y amigos, not complicated grammar, just how Spanish actually works, of course. And before we start, let me remind you, most learners think that I need to learn more numbers, I need to memorize them. Usually that's not the problem. The problem is understanding numbers at real speed. And you know what I mean, right? Because hearing numbers is very different from studying numbers, right? You're suddenly in a bakery and you hear, hey, son 4,200 pesos, and you're like, oh wait, can you write it down? And well, amigas y amigos, this is a very interesting video, but before we start, write in the comments, like if you have a special number that you usually like, it's tricky for you, it's hard. Write in the comments right now, okay? So more people can connect with you. Here's the idea behind numbers and, you know, big numbers in particular. Most Spanish numbers are actually very logical, but your brain has to recognize the structure instantly. Let me give you an example. 850 looks very, very scary, but it's really just 8, you know, 8, plus the 100 unit, because you see 800, then 800, 800, and then you add the 50, right? 850, 800 in plural, 50. And once you see the structure, large numbers become much, much easier. Let's see where the problem really starts. Because it's not usually with big numbers, it's with how numbers are constructed. Look at this. We're gonna build blocks together. And let's start simple. Let's look again at this 850, 850. In Spanish, it's very easy. 850. Many learners hear a long word and just get scared. But what we native speakers hear is 8, the number 8. Cientos, that it brings the 100 unit, you know, the 100 aspect of the number, 3 digits. Then we bring the last part, 50. So it's 850. 850, and that's it. Let me give you another example. 470. 4, of course, you got it. 4, then we have the same amount of digits. So we're gonna go to 100, cientos, 400, and the last block is 70, 70, 470. Let's go to a bigger word, bigger number, 920, 920. We start again, 900, 920. In this case, the 9 changes for 9, see? So the pattern is actually very, very predictable, right? Number plus 100 plus tens. It's fantastic. But what if 1 is not like a round number at the end? It's not like 250, but it's 252. Same logic. 200, 200. Then we got the other block, 50. And inside that block, we have another number. Number 2. I said 2, right? 252. Well, 252. Big block, smaller block, then the last block. Fantastic, right? You got it. You got it. But we have tricky numbers here. Let's talk about the numbers that cause the most problems. Not the big ones, the small ones. Especially these amigos here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These don't follow the normal pattern. You simply have to recognize them instantly. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and these are extremely common. You hear them everywhere. Prices, addresses, phone numbers, times, everything. Hey, It's not memorizing, it's using them, practicing with these numbers, and you'll see them every day. So it's gonna be simple after a while. And after number 15, Spanish becomes more predictable. 16, 17, 18, 19, and you can think of this as big block, small block. 10 plus 6, 16, 10 plus 7, 17, 18, 19. Hey, you just put it into one word and that's pretty much it, okay? Then we have, of course, 20, and after that, 21, 22, 23, and so on. And again, we have the bigger block plus another number. It's magic. It's like Harry Potter should be doing this video. Now, let's move from classroom to real world scenarios, okay? To real world prices, because that's where most learners freeze. Listen to these prices. Son 20 pesos. Easy, right? Son 120 pesos. Still okay. You're good. You hear 100 plus 20. Hey, you're good. 2 blocks. Son 850 pesos. Now you hear, what do you hear? Big block, 800, 800, smaller block, 50, 50. That's it. Easy. Son 1200 pesos. You have 1000, bigger block. 1200, smaller block. That's it. Son 1200 pesos. Son 3490 pesos. Big block, 3000. Smaller block, 400. The other small block, 90. And that's pretty much it. Same structure, just bigger. Hey, and you're like, hey, is this easy? Yeah, it's this easy. The problem isn't the number. The problem is recognizing the pieces fast enough, because it's about speed, right? But let's talk about the most common price patterns, okay? Because this is important. Everything's about speed. We need to recognize these patterns, okay? You'll hear constantly hundreds, 200, 500, 800. Hundreds plus tens. 250, 470, 890. Of course, the economy is like, suffering a little bit more, is 1000, 2000, 5000, 10,000. So you have 1,000 plus hundreds. It's gonna be like 3,500, 3,500, 7,200, 7,200. But what if you get to that specific place where you have thousands plus hundreds plus tens? I don't know. It's a very specific price, I guess. Like, let's say, like the PlayStation 5. It's like, no, it's not that expensive. But let's imagine it's that expensive. 3,490. 3,490. Easy, right? These are the patterns you'll hear in restaurants, stores, airports, Uber rides, hotels, and everyday conversations. It's fantastic, right? But of course, it's not as easy as I'm telling you, right? Because, hey, in real life, we have high speed, you have to train your ears. When someone says 3,590, don't try to convert everything into digits immediately. Instead, listen for the structure. 3,590, and that's all you're hearing. 3 pieces. And Spanish using the same patterns again and again and again. The more familiar those patterns become, the faster you'll understand prices. You have your pattern. Listen for thousands, hundreds, tens. That's usually enough. 2,780, 2,000, right? And 2,780. It's not as easy as it looks, right? By the way, let me give you a fun fact. In Spanish, years are not like how you would tell them in English. It's not like 2020, 2025. We would say the whole number. So it's 2000, in this case this year, 2000. You have that zero, so the block in the middle in the hundred space, we have the other block, 2026. Fantastic, right? And this is why Spanish numbers feel easy. Until somebody says a real price. The problem isn't vocabulary. The problem is recognizing the structure quickly. So most learners think they have a numbers problem. Usually they have a listening problem. The key is learn the tricky number first. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Recognize the structure, you know, the thousand, hundreds, like tens. That's pretty much it. And once you hear the structure, prices become much, much easier. Now it's your turn right there at home or wherever you are. Write one price in Spanish in the comments, but give me a long price, right? Like 850 pesos. For now, don't really care about spelling, okay? Just the structure, the logic. You can write something like 3,490 pesos. And one example is more than enough. I'll read them all and I'll help you right there, okay? And of course, amigas y amigos, if this helped you understand Spanish numbers in real life, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Nos vemos pronto, mis amigos. Chao.